Good evening, everyone. My name is Marcelinus Bhanu, and I'm from class 337A07. And with my student number is 33220073. And today, I want to talk about my presentation about the project one of the cross-cultural understandings. With the title for today is Understanding Indonesian and Filipino Communication Styles Insights from Intercultural Communicative Competence Theory. Let's start. So, this is the abstract. So, this study compares Indonesian and Filipino communication styles through the lens of intercultural communicative competence, or ICC, using models by Deerdorf, Byram, Bennett, and Hall. It highlights Indonesia's high context, indirect, and harmony driven approach versus the Philippines' expressive, multilingual, and emotionally open style. Despite the differences, both cultures value international warmth. The analysis underscores the role of ICC in fostering understanding and effective communication across Southeast Asia's diverse cultural landscapes, offering practical insights for educators and learners in a globalized worlds. The introduction, globalization makes intercultural competence essential in education. Strategies like study abroad, global literature, and culturally rich English teaching foster empathy and adaptability, comparing Indonesians' indirectness with Filipino expressiveness, showing regional variations. Educators must blend theory and practice to prepare learners for diverse in inclusive and communications across Southeast Asia. Next is the theoretical foundations. First one, we got Diedorf's process model, in which the ICC develops through attitudes, knowledge, and skills in a cyclical process. Next is Byram's construct, focuses on linguistic proficiency, cultural awareness, and critical reflections. Next one is Bennett's sensitivity theory, it's in which it explains stages of intercultural awareness from ethnocentrism to ethno-relativism. The last one is Hall's high-low context principle, in which it's distinguish cultures that rely on implicit cues. Sorry about that. Or high context versus the explicit verbal communications, or the low context. Next one is the differences between the Indonesia and Philippines language. First, we will see the Indonesian communications first. In Indonesia, it characterized by high context norms like indirectness, politeness, and reliance on contextual cues. Next is a strong emphasis on social harmony and respect, avoiding confrontation. Next one is communication reflect collective balance and relational sensitivity. For example, we can see here number one is indirect refusal, like most Indonesian people usually said maybe later instead of no. So we mostly use maybe later instead of rejecting it straight away. Next one is respectful address using bapak atau ibu when speaking to elders or the older people. Or maybe we also use mas or maybe mbak to someone that older than us maybe. The last one is contextual cues or silence or pause signal disagreement without words. Next one is the Filipino communication. More expressive and emotionally open, often using humor and warmth. Influenced by Spanish and American cultural legacies, plus multilingual practice, uh, conversation style emphasize personal connections and verbal agreement engagement. Sorry. For example, Number one is humor and warmth, joking or teasing to build rapport in conversations. Next one is Spanish and American influence, using words like "cómo está" or in Spanish it "cómo está," or in English phrases in English or English phrases in daily talk. Next one is personal connection, frequent use of po or opo for respecting and adding stories or emotions to engage listeners. So, it shared some values. What are those? Despite the differences, both cultures prioritize interpersonal warmth and relational connections. Next is adaptability is essential for effective dialogue across Southeast Asia. And the last one is ICC highlights the importance of balancing global frameworks with regional variations. So, for the research methods and findings, research method, we're using hybrid design, in which systematically literature review plus mini qualitative inquiry, sources, 12 scholar journals, plus reflections from 10 to 15 prospective teachers, instruments, reflective journals, and focus group discussions. And last one is analysis, thematically content plus narrative interpretation, triangulated or credibility. So, what are the findings? Indonesians, indirect, polite, harmony-driven communications. Filipinos, more expressive, relational, multilingual influences, in which ICC requires layered strategies, knowledge, practice, reflections, and adaptability. And teachers must be sensitive to regional variations in communication style. So, that's all. And the conclusions for today is that intercultural competence is vital in globalized world, as shown by Indonesian emphasis on harmony and indirectness, and Filipinos' focus on expressiveness and connections. Despite differences, both cultures value warmth and relationship, and education serves as a catalyst to build empathy, adaptability, and bridges across diverse community. So, thank you for the attention. I hope you enjoyed it, and bye bye.